still acclimatize. As more people join, you will be able to do more talking and stuff, but I'll be letting these guys do their thing for a bit. So if you're joining right now, comment, let me know you're watching the replay. If you're watching this later on the replay, comment and let me know. These guys were half dead when I got them, so I'm just gonna leave them for a bit. Let you guys all come on screen. Good morning, Mary. Thank you so much for the super chat. So, I've had them now here for about, I'll tell you exactly, because I picked them up at 10. So I've had them for a whole hour, okay? That's my girlfriend. She's pretty. But, good morning, Sandy. So, sorry, I'm also trying to eat. It's been a stressful morning. So these guys came from Montreal, which is about 4 hours from where I live. My cousin woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, packed them up, and then drove them here, okay? And I had to pick them up by the highway. So when I picked up the fish by the highway, they were not standing up. They were on the ground. Half of these fish were not even breathing when I picked them up. It was 55 degrees Fahrenheit when I came into the house and I checked the temperature. So it's well below what they can tolerate. I mean, I was taking pictures with my other iPhone to send to my cousin, saying that some of them didn't make it, okay? But thank God, none of the fish died. I've gotten most of them back to life. So I'll show you guys. So these guys are all alive. I did move some into the tank already. These were the ones that were doing really well, so I already moved them. They're all good so far. Okay. So I bred some of these fish. My cousin bred these out from my fish. These larger ones I bred myself. You guys are gonna love how big these fish are, by the way. Like these guys, look. This is here, I'll show you. Look how big this fish is. See? He's massive. It's 1 year old. I bred that fish. And same with this one. Here, I'll show you. This is one of mine. Look how big it is. See? It's over a foot. So these guys, the bigger ones, were on the ground dead when I got them this morning. I was gonna live stream at 10 o'clock when I first picked them up, but I couldn't because I was stressed. I was trying to get them back to life, you know. So here's the other ones, the platinums. I don't know if you can see them clearly with the angle, but let me try to get you a better angle right there. Again. So the bigger ones, this is a pair. This is his price pair. More than $500 I've been offered for my pairs. I have pairs up here, see? These are from him also. These were ones that came in last year, a few months ago. So, thank you, Kevin. And thank you, Sean. And thank you, Ahmed. Good job, Saul. Get your son a fish tank. Yes. And good morning to you guys and girls. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's a little impromptu. My hair is all messy. I was wearing my hat. Look, I'm wearing Aqua Malik though. See? Aqua Malik all day, every day. At least I'm representing, okay? So I need you guys to do me a favor. Keep an eye on these until I go take a few more bites of my food. Because I'm dying. I'm hungry as hell. I've been up for a few hours. I haven't slept too well last night. So I'm still... I know. I took a day off today for this. Oh yeah. I'm so happy. Alright. Keep an eye on them for me so I can go take a few more bites. Okay? Make sure nobody's dying. Please. Okay. So. Oh. Okay. Good. We are gonna move everybody into this tank. I think that's the plan. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. I think this is a good tank for everybody for now, right? Let me get some lights on for you guys. All right, got some lights on. What's going on, Zebra Playco fan? What's going on, S? How y'all doing? I'm sorry I haven't made any new videos in the last little bit, but I will be live streaming tonight, hopefully. I'm gonna take a nap right now, but when I wake up, I'll live stream for you guys. And I'll do the Sunday one. It's my friend's birthday on Sunday, but I can't make it because I have to prioritize, right? Look. This is what I mean. Look, see how stressed she is? One of her gills are not even working still. It's working now, but very slowly. You know? So that's what I've been dealing with all morning. Some really nice ones. My cousin, that's a pearl scale. I bred that fish. I bred this one also. And the little guy, my cousin bred that little guy, but that's from a new spawn, and he just sent it to me, you know, because he wants me to breed those. And back to my fish. So this is what we do. What's going on, Leo? We both have fish, and we usually just send back and forth, but he's going on vacation. S is working. Most of you guys are probably at work right now. So he's going on vacation starting a week from now, and he can't take care of them while he's on vacation for 4 months. So he doesn't want to sell the fish to some random person and lose them. And so this is why we decided to do this. So he took half of his angelfish, I think more than half, and he brought them to me, and then the other half is going to his friend and our other cousin in Montreal. So I'm getting the bulk of the fish here, and the rest of them is gonna stay with his friend and his cousin, our cousin, I guess. And so that's what's going on. Okay, what's going on, Kushal? Oh, thank you. Yes, I have. Yes. So some things I'm gonna mention here. One of these fish has a nematode infection on her stomach. One of the really expensive platinum pearl scale angels, female. Can't afford to lose her. I contacted Dr. Gerald Basilier beforehand to get a positive identification of the disease. So without an actual microscopic analysis, it's hard to determine what particular nematode it is, but he has confirmed, which was my suspicion as well, that it is a nematode infection. So we are going to be treating all the fish. I'm not going to do it tonight, obviously, but I'm going to get them acclimatized into my water, which is the water they were born in. Like some of these guys were born here. Like this guy was born here. I sent him to my cousin a few months ago, actually. This guy was born here. This guy was born here. most of these fish in this container were born here, like these two, all these black ones, this gold one. There's a really big silver one that was not born here. It's a really big guy. And there's a black one that is not born here, like over here. Aside from those two fish, every other fish you're seeing here was born in this facility, or for some of these smaller ones were born from my fish. So these are like literally fish I've either taken care of as little tiny babies and sent to Montreal, or fish that were born from fish that I took care of since they were eggs up till this point. And I think there's a lot of people that are from India. I don't know if they're on right now, but there is. What's going on, ADHD? What's going on, Marvin? You do see my lives. I haven't been on live in a minute. I'm sorry. It just took me. I was so stressed about this whole thing. I've been cleaning tanks. I worked like 80 hours in the last 2 weeks. And then I had to do COVID tests on top of that, and it was stress, man. And I'm angry, you know, having to like COVID test like 2 to 3 times per day. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm angry about the whole thing, and mentally not all here. So I don't want to be like online and ranting. So that's why I've been kind of taking a little bit of time to myself. What's going on, unruly Jamaican? But the male is not eating and he looks fine. Is just okay. So usually if not eating, it's probably a sign of like stress, first of all. So if the fish is stressed, they might not eat. Secondarily, if they're not eating, the more common issue would be bacterial or pathogenic infections in their stomach or gut lining. So treating with an antibiotic and some type of deworming medication to kind of take out any issues that might be there is a good idea. Then you want to feed them, like live food, like bloodworms or like something red. Like the tetratropical color granules seem to be very desired by the fish, or they sought it after. Like they chase after that stuff. So it's something that I think when my fish are not eating, or if I have a fish that is not eating, I usually feed that stuff to get them to eat. So that's a possible remedy that you can try. But without knowing exactly what's going on, it's hard to tell. Sometimes fish just don't eat for a few days when they're stressed and stuff, but usually with like these guys, I've moved these now several times. I've gotten 9 fish from my cousin a few months back. I sent him 9 fish, and then we sent back several hundred like smaller ones in the last few months. And everything that comes back or that goes over, they start eating right away. So if they're not eating, I would say it's a sign of distress and potentially something more. So it's a good idea to like deworm and also try to give them some type of antibiotic if they have secondary infections and stuff like that they can heal off from with the antibiotic. Good antibiotics are Canaplex, Kanamycin, metronidazole. I think no, metronidazole is not an antibiotic. Kanamycin is an antibiotic. So just find out what antibiotics are available to you that are available. You can amoxicillin, like, which is what I was taking amoxicillin recently for after I got my teeth cleaned, so that the gums kind of heal back easily. And that can be used in your aquarium as well. Copepods, it's an infestation. You brought it somehow into your fish room through like some type of means, and so I think the best way to get rid of them is to have something that can eat them, and then stop feeding for a few days or few weeks, so that the animals that you are using to eat the copepods can do their job and eat the copepods. So anything that's big enough to eat them will start eating them if they don't have food. So like angelfish are great. Goldfish might eat them. Platies, mollies, things like that. Sometimes guppies might have a difficult time eating some of the larger ones. But small cichlids would work, like a convict. Put a convict in there for a few weeks, and reduce feeding. He'll do the job for you. Metronidazole works really well. Yeah, Metro actually is probably the best thing you can use because it does treat internal issues as well, like bacterial issues and stuff, and other digestive issues. So I think that will work pretty well. Um, Again, like it's difficult to identify fish diseases. I highly recommend you guys contact, not contact, but go to Dr. Basilier's YouTube channel and follow along. And he has a very good in-depth analysis of diseases. He is a fish disease doctor, so whenever I have a disease that I don't know what it is, I just shoot him an email. And so it's good to have that type of contact, but not all of us has that availability. And he's also a busy person, so I don't always harass him. It's only when I don't know what it is, I message him. But it's good to have. But the good thing is he has an entire web series that you can download as well from his website, and also on his YouTube you can get all the information on the diseases. Chris is awesome, man. I love that guy. But yeah, coming back to Cyberpleco fans' question, it is mostly propagated through overfeeding. So you would get the infestation from somewhere else. It has to come in. It won't just appear out of nowhere. But when it is in there, yes, if you overfeed, then it does become problematic. Let's add some of these guys in. So keep an eye on them for a second. Let me go find a net and also take another bite of food. Oh. What's going on, Rohit? Well, I mean, there's not really much you can do. Fish grow fast when they're in clean water. And fish also grow fast when you feed them nutritious food. Um, Adequate space is important, so like large enough space for them to grow out. So if you have them in a smaller container, moving them to a larger one definitely will do the trick or will help. Secondarily, feeding a high protein diet. You can find inexpensive grow out food like that are used in farms. Dr. Basilier is actually an inexpensive food, but because of shipping and stuff, here in North America, it's not feasible to feed Dr. Basilier for a lot of people because the shipping adds up. Unless you buy like 10 kilos like what I do. I buy 10 kilos and it's cheap as hell. But what I would recommend is to contact Gemco if you're in the US. And they will have inexpensive fry grow out food. I think it's like $7 for a kilogram or something like that. It's ridiculously cheap. And it's 55% protein. It's used in commercial fish farms. The only downside is it creates a little bit of waste. So wherever you are, I think you're in India yourself. So what's going on, Kazilaji? What's going on, Joe? Good morning. Yes, sir. What's going on, Christopher? I'm sorry about this fry dying, bro. That sucked. I read that earlier this morning and I was like, buddy, that doesn't matter. You get attached to them, you get attached to them. But yeah, coming back to the point I was trying to make, you can find inexpensive grow up food wherever you are, and then go with that for fry, and then feed like lots and do lots of water changes, and that will make them grow fast. It does suck, bro. What did she do? I missed that one. Yep. Agreed. Exactly what Kern said. I know, buddy. I'm so sad. Like I read that first thing in the morning. I woke up and I'm like getting ready for this, and I'm all stressed about that dead fish. And I read that and I'm like, buddy, like I hope I don't have to update you tonight with some dead fish, because I mean the really big one, like this guy right here. Um, this one. I thought he was dead. I thought this one was dead too. So both of these were on the ground, not breathing, not moving, not doing none of this. None of their fins, their gills were collapsed. No activity because it was too cold, right? But the good thing is, my cousin, he's smart. So what he did was he had oxygen, he had an air pump. So we have a portable air pump we use for this exact purpose, and he had a gang valve, and he had the oxygen in the water. So the fish were passed out completely from the cold. The larger ones were completely knocked out, like they were goners, right? But because the oxygen saturation was so high, their bodies and their brains didn't die. So they still permeated oxygen through the water because the water had so much oxygen. So even though they were like basically dead, they didn't completely die off because when I brought the temperature back, I was moving them, you know. The really big ones I would hold, like I've done this before. You know, like I've had fish that were that we assumed were dead when they arrived. And I was like, I'm not gonna give up on this fish. It's like a massive ultim, and I'm like holding it, doing this, and trying to get it back to life. And it came back to life. So I knew that I could bring these guys back to life. You know what I mean? So instead of trying to set up a live stream and give you guys a sad story, I was like, nah, screw that. I spent an hour pouring water from my tanks, and holding them and moving them, right? And I got most of them to live, except for the really big two, which were still on the ground, but they were breathing at this point. Their gills were moving. So I knew that they were coming back. And then with the warmer water, their bodies warm up, and I keep the oxygen saturation high, and they're back to normal. My cousin said 1 hour, bro, 1 hour, they'll be back. And yeah, 1 hour, look, they're back. Everybody's doing good. We're gonna move these guys in a second. You'll get to see them in the tank. That's the plan, you know. I don't know if I'm the fish whisperer, but I've killed a lot of fish in my day, okay? What's going on, Petroman? Yeah, catatonic, yep. So, I've killed a lot of fish in my day. Like, I mean, I've been doing this for like 30-some years, right? Almost 40 years now. In another year, it'll be 40, actually. It'll be 4 decades of keeping fish. And in 4 decades, I have probably killed hundreds of thousands of fish. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, not intentionally, obviously, but through various accidents. Like, shipping is a big one. Like, you know, like, when accidents happen and you lose an entire tank, and you have this many tanks, something like that happens once a year, that still adds up, you know what I mean? I killed a lot of fish, so I've learned a lot of bad things. I've learned a lot of good things through bad experiences. And one of those things I learned was how to bring back a half-dead fish back to life. I learned that when I was like 18, because tell you how that story happened also. This is before I learned how to medicate fish properly, or when I was still like pouring out of the bottle without measuring, which is not recommended. Okay, so you know, 17, 18 years old, I have a pair of angelfish, like large, okay? I mean, massive, big pair, and they were very prolific. And the female got some type of disease. I can't remember what disease. It was like some type of worm disease or whatever. Back then, we were allowed to use formaldehyde. So I had a pure formaldehyde bottle, not like the diluted shit that you have now. Like 100% concentrated bottle of formaldehyde, okay? And like this stuff was like bad. Like you can't, whatever. So anyways, go online, or actually back then I don't think we even had internet. We did have internet, but there's no fish information. Read in my little manual, you know, I had books and stuff. So I read that, okay, you know, dosage, says on the bottle, whatever, 5 drops for 20 gallons or whatever. I dropped like at least 10 times that amount into the tank. It was a 20-gallon tank. And within like an hour, the fish were like, right? So I come down looking, you know, to look at the fish an hour later. My male is completely upside down. The female is like skittering on the surface. And I'm like, shit, they're dying. I overdosed them with medication, you know what I mean? So like they're now suffocating to death. And so I pulled them out of the tank, moved them into another tank, and you know, instinctively I knew that they were gonna die, you know? But these were my special fish, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna let you die. I'm gonna do everything I can. So I was holding the 2 fish by the head like this with both hands, and I was doing this, you know, in the tank. Okay? Kept doing that for like 20 minutes or so. And then they came back to life, you know? So I realized if you can get water going through their mouth, through the gills, and if the fish brain has not died completely, and in its body, you know, like through oxygen deprivation has not started dying off, then you can bring it back to life essentially. That's the trick. And you fishermen do this when we catch a fish. Like, I mean, the theory I got it from, you know, what my dad would do when he catches a fish, and it's like too weak to like move. You put it in the water and you pull water through its gills, and then it comes back to life and swims off. You know what I mean? So this can be done. Obviously, don't stress your fish to the point, but if a fish arrives like that through shipping or something, and it looks like it's dead, but you know, you can tell that it still has like odd fin move, or it might just do like a little skitter and then fall back on the ground and pretend to be dead. Shake it around in the water very gently, like hold it straight, you know, like in a proper orientation. Gently grab the fish, move it up and down in the water column, making sure its mouth is open and water is pushing through the mouth and through the gills. You can bring it back to life 9 out of 10 times at least, you know. Do I look creepy? I'm sorry, man. I just woke up, okay? And like I barely had any sleep. Well, not just woke up. I woke up like 3 hours ago, but I was stressed. So I've been dealing with stress. Let's move some of these guys, you know. I think they're doing good. I think everybody's back to life. Okay, so I'm moving everybody into this giant tank right now. Okay, it's gonna be full in a few seconds. All right, we are gonna be using this net. Okay? Question: Should I move them one at a time, or should I move them all at once? What do y'all think? And Sandy, we hope you feel better, man. Like, it's been a few weeks, so Sandy was not feeling well, but I think she's on the mend. Just taking a long time, which is, it's understandable, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you get sick, it takes a few months, few weeks. So, speedy recovery to Sandy Diamond. One by one? I can do it by hand then. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get the big guys. Look at this big guy. Actually, I probably might. Oh, look at you. Oh my god, he's massive. Look at him. Can you guys see how big he is? I bred this fish, eh? Yeah, I bred this massive fish. Okay, Baba. Okay, Baba. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, you want to see him? Look how big he is compared to the other ones. Mary Page, channel member. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So these are like this is a large angel, okay? This is what you would go to the pet store and find as a large angel. Look at his size. This is like an extra large jumbo. This is like 20 centimeters, so that's like a 10-inch fish. Or not, an 8-inch fish, not 10. That guy is like 12 inches. So let's put some more. And Mary, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. All the channel members, quickly want to add that here. If you are a member, send me a message. I'll add you to the secret member chat room. And that way, you know, you have direct access to me 24/7. If I'm not even streaming, you can message me. I know he's big, right? Yes, join the channel. Okay, so I'll put some more bigger ones first. Okay, let's get the big guys in. I'm proud of these fish. Like this one here, for example. This is another one of my babies. I bred this fish. Come on, Baba. All right, very good. Okay. All right. Look how big he is. Oh. Look how big he is. And mind you, some of the fins have been damaged in transport, you know. Okay, so we're gonna do one more. One of the bigger ones. Let's get this big boy out. This is also one of mine, okay? So, I don't know if you can see him, but how big is that? How big is that fish? Whoa, look at that. That's a massive fish. Like here, I'll pick him up. Look. Okay, calm down. Atta boy. Okay, look how big he is. That's one massive fish. Okay, let's get this big one out. This is not one of mine. I did not breed this fish. This is one of my cousins. But, oh, gorgeous. Okay, all right, Baba. All right, atta boy or girl. I think it's a girl. Ooh, look at that one. Holy, that's a big fish. You know, my dog's getting jealous because I'm... All right, okay. Let me try to just put some more in, okay? Because I don't want to stress them. I'm just going to catch a bunch. Actually, I just want to show you one more big one, okay? Let's look at these big ones here. So these are the bigger boys and girls that I bred. Here. These guys are not going to live in this tank for long. I'm just putting them in this tank until this evening. My cousin's going to come back in the evening to help me sort out. This is not the biggest fish. I also bred this one. It's a female. She's quite large, so you'll see how big she is in a second. Look how big she is. She's massive too. That's a pair, by the way. So those two are boy and girl. We will have to move them into their own tank soon. So the whole idea is I'm putting everybody in here, okay? So these guys are, most of these are actual breeding pairs, like mated pairs. I have tanks for them. I'll show you guys. So I don't know if you can see, but see the tanks? These are mine. So there's eggs and stuff on the thing. So I have similar setups all here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, extra tank, 5, 6, right? So I've gotten a bunch of tanks ready, and then I have these tanks as backups, 7, and then one in the back, 8, and then one on the bottom, 9. I have this one, I have that one out there, and then I can start selecting, well, not selecting, but once they've acclimatized to being here for a few hours, I'm going to pick the pairs that are mated, and then move them into their own apartments, I guess, small tanks to keep them. But look. So this is a very large fish, the orange one. This one is one of the older ones, probably. It's 2 years old. So this is actually one of Big Red's children. This is actually the last or second last time they spawned, the female and Big Red, for me in my facility, and this is one of the last offspring I produce out of that pairing. So that's why this looks just like the mom. Actually, the female I had was just like this, and the male was one of the red guys, much more redder than this. But I'm pretty proud of that fish. But look how big he is. Oh my god, that's a 16-inch plate. That plate is 16 inches. He's a foot. He's easily a foot. You know? He's massive. Yes, please hit the like button. If you're watching this and you like these fish, hit the like button. It helps me out quite a bit. I forgot to tell everybody. Yeah, I think my favorite fish is definitely angels. I love them. But look, I'll put everybody in. You can see everybody. This one I'm very proud of also. I'm very proud of all these fish, so I'm not going to go individually one by one. I'm just going to put a bunch in so you guys can see them. All right, babies. Relax. 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 Atta boy. There we go. Princess, calm down. My dog is getting jealous. You calm down. And you, no, Princess. Everybody calm down, okay? Okay. We're almost there. There's some pretty fish. Okay. All right. One down, one to go. Think it's too much fish? What's going on, Dank Tanks? What's going on, Fish and Filters? If you're watching this right now, give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit. Get it to other people such as yourself. The video will be shown to more people. YouTube likes it when there's people that gives it a thumbs up. So do a brother a favor. Help me out. Let's get to at least 50 likes, you know. Nice. Great. What's going on, Dank Tanks? Fins and Filters. Yeah, giant betas are nice. Now I need 30 tanks for the babies, I know. I mean, here's the thing. These guys are not mine. These fish belong to my cousin. Okay? So the deal is, I'm keeping them until he gets back. Any babies born in my facility will be mine. Okay? Obviously. But I'm not like a greedy person, so I'll definitely give him some of those also. But the whole idea here, what our intention, I think, is to not lose these fish. You know what I mean? Because me and him are cousins, okay? And we breed the same fish. So it only makes sense that if one of us is not available, the other one takes care of our fish. Does Jason have L236 or 173s? I don't think he does. Which Jason? You mean the Jason in the US or Jason here in Toronto? There's a lot of Jasons. But yeah. So that's the intention essentially, is not to lose genetic the gene pool or the fish that we already have bred. What's going on, Chance? What's going on? Yes, I do. I have German rams for sale. Broer Jensen. Do I have a number for contacting? I do have a number, but I'm not going to give it out. The L280s are doing great, bro. How's yours? I know you have some too, right? Oh, Jason Cichlids. No. I'm not getting fish from him. It's just too expensive for me to ship. And but I am getting fish from an American breeder. I'm getting angelfish, the super red angelfish, the red devils or whatever you call. And I'm gonna get them shipped to Michigan Tropics, who is my friend Michael. And I'm gonna have Michael hold on to them for me for a few days, and then me and Fish Easy, which is Michael here, we'll probably end up taking a drive up and pick up all the fish that we want from Michigan Tropics. Unless Michael, Michigan Tropics, wants to drive across the border for us, that's also fine. He can pick up some fish that way. Whatever works. So that's our plan so far, and everything is kind of organized, but I'm just waiting for the weather to warm up. Oh, guys and girls, look how big this fish is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so let's get the other guys in, okay? What's going on, Steiner? How you doing, bro? Okay, I have a question. Okay, so okay, what's going on, Steiner? Love you, bro. Okay, question, how long have I been into fish? Since I was a little child. My parents had what you're seeing here in their house. Okay? And so my dad had a big tank actually full of the fish he had in that tank were golden severums with the red markings. I mean, big gold with red, bright red all over them, and he had like several pairs, and it was like back then they were like super rare, super expensive. It was his pride and joy, like in the big living room tank. And I loved those things as a child. And I remember trying to feed him, and then he's one day just said, "No, you're not touching my tanks, boy. Get your own tank that you can play with." So I got my own tank when I was 3 on my 3rd birthday. So I had fish since then. I think there was like about 7 or 8 months when we first came to Canada that I didn't have an aquarium. Thank you so much for super chat signer. And but then on my 15th birthday, because we came here when I was 14, my dad got me the tank you're seeing out there. So that's my first tank in Canada right there. I got that when I was like 15. Still have the tank, still doing well, still holding fish. And then that tank, I kept fish in there. Then they started breeding. I raised them in these. They were German rams. I used to raise them floating. These would float in that big tank. 4 of these would float with 4 different sets of fry, different ages. And I would get them to about that big, and I'll take it to the pet store, and he would trade me these this big fry for 50 cents to $1 on store credit. So then I did that for a few months, and I got 3 more tanks, $20 or $25 each, $1 per gallon sale. So it was during that, and I got 3 tanks, $60 I remember, and plus tax. I had store credit for that, so I didn't have to use these anymore. But I still use these for babies. I still, even now, up to now, I love these. These are ice cream containers. This is I think it's a half a gallon Breyer's ice cream. So my mom, it's her favorite ice cream, so I got a lot of these. She likes ice cream. What's going on, Jonathan? Yes, I did, John Perna. I still have underground filters in my tanks. I have like 4 tanks that have underground filters, I think, or 5. It's a great filter. I love it. And Steiner, thank you again for the super chat. You're the best. COVID test Sunday, March 6th, Monday, March 7th. Yes, man. It's my agent. I'm working. I love work. Okay, sorry about that. I had to respond to my agent. She's sweet though. She's a sweetheart. She's really cute too, by the way. She has a boyfriend. If she didn't have a boyfriend, I'd probably be like all over her. But she has a boyfriend, and I'm friends with him, so can't really, I'm not that guy. But she's super cute. It definitely is a good day. You want to see what I got? Look what I got. These just arrived. So, for anybody that is just joining in, these fish are bred by myself. All the fish in this tank, except for the one silver one in the back, that silver marble platinum, or pearl scale one that's behind the filter that's moving back there, that's massive. Everything else you're seeing in here were born in this fish room, okay? Except for the really small ones are born from these. So these fish are my fish that I gave to my cousin, or he bought from me like 2 years ago for these big ones. And the small ones, these ones went last year. And this is actually also, this one is not mine. This one is somebody else's fish that he bought, okay? So he sent all these fish back to me to hold on to until he gets back from vacation. Plus his 4 pairs of platinums. So each of these pairs is worth about $500, okay? So 500, 500, 500, 500. That's $2,000 worth of fish. In total, I think what we have here, I try to do like a cost analysis to see like what, if I were to like, buy this, if this collection of fish would probably be looking at, I'm looking at about 4,000 or a little bit more, a little bit less, you know, somewhere there. Yeah, these are not just regular platinums, bro. I'm sure you watch. Look at this fish, okay? Okay, calm down. Look at that. It's a platinum pearl scale. Long fin, whale tail. Super rare. I think we're the only people in Canada that has them. Me and my cousin. Oh no, there's one more person. There's a French gentleman in Montreal that my cousin originally got the breeding stock from. So there's three of us. There's me, my cousin, and that original gentleman. So these fish are pretty exclusive. Nobody else in Canada that we know of has them. Nobody else I've never seen anybody with pictures of these in the last few years at this quality, at this size, this type of good quality. So yeah, they're worth quite a bit. Yeah, but do they look like this? You know, with the pearl scales, with the long fins and stuff? I don't know. That's what we're charging. These are not for sale, but we have sold pairs for 500. I sell pairs between 300 and 500. If it's a proven pair, it's 500. If it's an unproven pair, just a male and female, they're together, it's 300. I have two pairs here. This is my pairs that I'm breeding with. So this pair, if somebody gave me 500 bucks, I still wouldn't sell this pair. This pair, same deal. This is my pearl scale pair. So they're just getting ready to spawn. Pretty big. Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure people will give you deals if they're just trying to sell them, their fish, or just trying to get rid of them, or if they're like not the best quality, or sometimes they're even the best quality. But at the same time, like, I'm not trying to sell any of these guys for anything less than what they're worth. And most of the time when I'm selling fish is because somebody really wants them and I don't really want to sell them, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, this is what I want. You want to take the fish? This is what I want. That's my price. You know, I'm not going to go down below that. And my cousin also the same thing, you know. It's not like, this is the thing. This is not our job, right? This is what we do for fun. So these animals are like, it's our property, and we like, I like to ask the top dollar for my the quality fish. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's like, I'm not selling any of these angels here. Like, so at this size, we sell these for about $150 each at that size. Okay, I'm not, obviously none of these fish are for sale, but if I were to sell this fish, it would be 150 bucks. Okay, like this particular fish here. And that's why you don't, like, look at my hand, look at the size of the fish. It's massive. It's bigger than my hand. It's actually about a 1.5 size of my hand. So, you know, and yes, obviously I've had people tell me, like, I can buy that fish for $8. Sure, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that you can't, and I'm not saying that it's not available, but it's not this fish, so it is what it is. But yes, there is a range of prices too. Like, when I sell babies, I sell them for $5 for the short fin and $8 for the long fin. So that's when they're small, right? Like, you know, dime to quarter size. But at this size, I don't think anybody even has them available for sale. Nobody, like, I'm not selling any of mine. My cousin's not selling any of his. The guy he got it from, I don't think he's breeding that many. So it's like one of the rarest fish in Canada. You know, if you can get them, it's a good idea to get them, you know. Really, that is good. That's the thing, Crazyology. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I'm an angelfish person. I don't know if you guys know that, but, like, you might know that, right? I've been looking for these platinum angels probably for the last 20 years. So was my cousin. For 20 years, we've looked all across Canada. And we only found one breeder with the quality of fish that we wanted. Obviously, people bring in the low grade garbage. I'm not buying that. I don't want that. I want top of the top quality, line bred, time spent, perfect finish, perfect. Like, look at this thing. You can't complain about this. There's no complaints with this fish. I'd pay $100 for this fish. I'd pay $150 for this fish. You know what I mean? It's not a matter of price at that point. It's the quality that you're paying, right? So that's the same deal, Like this guy here. Like, I mean, dude, I don't think personally, these are some of the biggest angelfish I ever seen in my life. Okay? Like this, and the only reason I've seen anything bigger than this was I actually bred them from their great granddad, which was Big Red, which is like a massive thing there, like a size of a plate. So, like, I mean, I've had people come and tell me, yeah, I can get the same fish for half the price. Is it gonna get this size? Probably not. Is it gonna have the same genetic disposition as this fish? Has it been bred by somebody that takes care of, that knows what they're doing, and that is, considerate about the genetic health of the animal and stuff. So those things have not been considered, maybe. So those are things I think about. I'm like, yes, when money was more concerned, I was way more concerned about how much I spent on per fish. Like, if I had, I'd go through all the deals, and somebody says $50, somebody else says $40, somebody else says 25. I'm going to the 25. I don't care. Now, I'm not like that. Like, when I go to Jason, for example, I'll tell him, like, he tells me $30 a fish. I say, I'll give you $5 extra per fish. So $50 more he's getting for 10 fish, just so I get the best ones. And he's like, why? Like, I'm like, because I want the best ones out of the 50 fish. And so he has to spend an extra 20 minutes going through all the fish, making sure he finds the nicer looking ones and gives me those, or like we both sit down there and go through it, right? So in turn, there is a benefit out of that. I've noticed myself is that I breed fish that are much nicer when the fry come out, for example. Like if it's a generic fish like L333, like my 333s are like much better looking than the average 333 you might find. So just because I pick the nicer parents, it's not like anything else. What's going on, Thomas? What's going on, Aqua Balls? I don't know. These are just things I think about, And now that I'm working, I'm not honestly, guys. I'm spending money like crazy. Last month, my credit card bill just came in. It's like $3,000 I spent on my credit card. Usually, when I spend that kind of money, I always kick myself, right? But I'm not worried because I worked in February and I made money, so I can just pay that off. You know what I mean? Like, I bought a safe. I bought a new firearm. This is fun shit that I'm just sitting there like doing because I'm like, oh, I got money now. Back to work. What do I do? Yeah, I know. See, that's what I mean. You tell the guy what you want. You grease the wheels a little bit. Here's $20 for your trouble. He's happy. It's like, bro, I'm giving you the best fish, right? Like, why not? He's getting more from you than somebody else, right? So he's happy that you're, coming to him, and you say, okay, so if somebody calls me and says, buddy, I want to buy 10 fish, and I tell him $30 a fish, and he tries to ask me for a deal, I'm already like, okay, I'm giving you a price, which is half the price of what the pet store is charging, and you're asking for a deal on top of that. Okay, fair. Okay, so I might give them a deal. But now I'm not going to go through my fish and pick the best 10 fish. I'm just going to pick any 10 fish and here you go, bye. I don't want to see you ever again, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, right? But if somebody calls me and says, bro, like, I don't care what the price is. You want $10 or $30 a fish? I'll give you 35. Now I'm going to make sure I give him the 10 best fish because I want him to be happy, you know what I mean? And he's paid for that. I think that's what it is. With Jason also, like, he's my friend. But at the same time, like, if I give him 50 extra bucks, I know he's going to give me better fish. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? I got discus again. Oh yeah, I hope so too, bud. George, you need to send me some fish, buddy. Hey, fly to Canada. Fly all day. Yes, sir. George is right. And I think Michael said the same thing. The fish easy. I know some of you guys are following him. if you start your breeding colony with cheap fish, you are gonna breed cheap fish, okay? And then you might wonder why nobody's buying your fish, or you can only get like pennies on the dollar for the same fish. Like when people call me and tell me that they can't sell angelfish, it blows my mind. I can't keep them in my tanks. As soon as I put the ads out, they fly off. People are lined up outside. Pet stores are calling me like constantly. I can't keep them in stock. Okay, angelfish sell like hotcakes for me. You know why? Because this is what they end up growing into. Like when I sell a fish to someone, they're gonna get that fish. They might buy it at a tiny size, but that's what they're gonna get. Every single fish I breed is guaranteed to grow like this. Okay? These are all fish I bred. You can see there's no like inconsistencies. You know, the smaller ones are just younger. 2 years, 1 year, 6 months. See? Size difference? Right? So it's pretty much what you're getting is what you're paying for. And obviously I'm asking for more than the average breeder for these guys, because you know what, it costs me more in food to breed them. They're big fish. I'm feeding more. I'm feeding expensive food. I'm growing them, you know, selectively in larger setups. I gotta do more water changes to grow them large. I gotta feed them extremely expensive high quality food when they're small to get them to start growing, because this growth happens in 1 year. Majority of this growth, at least they get to like half of that size, or you know, whatever, in 1 year. So I have to do that, and it costs me more, right? And so I'm gonna charge for it. And if they don't want to pay it, sure, go buy a cheap fish at PetSmart and call me 6 months later and be like, bro, can I come back? Like I've been through this a million times now with people too, because they'll just call me and be like, no, I can find it cheaper somewhere else, and then a month later, 3 months later, they come back. You know what I mean? Because it's not this you're finding at a pet store. But yeah, I know they weren't. You can't. Okay, listen. Black Rams, the quality you got are $60 minimum. Okay, that's pet store prices. Now, if you're gonna charge $50 to sell somebody, sure, because you're giving them better deal than the pet store. But I would not sell that anything less than that. And if somebody tells you that they can get it somewhere else cheaper, say okay, sure, good luck for you. You know what I mean? Don't be mad, don't be upset. Just wish them luck and send them on their merry way, because trust me on this. That's another fish I've been looking for a long time. And the prices for those things are not going down, because they're not easy to breed. They're aggressive fish. They're not easy to find. The genetics are pretty weak when it comes down to it, for the most of the fish that you find in the hobby. So to get good breeding stock like what you just got, it's impossible. So when you told me what you paid for them, I thought you got a really good deal. You know what I mean? I thought it was worth it. There you go, Thomas. Good, good. See, that's another thing. Like, you gotta know your market. I live in the city, so there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 million people, and a lot of Asians. You know what I mean? That's who buys my fish. I tell you, like, honestly, my biggest customers, South Asian, so Indian, Sri Lankan, Filipino, you know, Malaysian, Thailand, South Asia, Southeast Asia. Okay, so those two regions. A lot of Turkish people, fish hobby. A lot of Europeans, so like Polish, Czech, Russian. You know what I mean? Like anybody living in Canada from those regions. Big market. Asians, big market. That's it. North Americans wise, like, you know, like not as big of a market, but I mean, when you add all the other ones and like a couple of people on top of that show up, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining. But it's a weird dynamic. It's a weird market. It's hard to explain it. I don't know. But most of the fish sales I do are a lot of immigrant people that have like, you know, aquariums. They've you know, arrived here a few years ago and they want to keep a tank. And I sell a lot of fish to those types of people, and also a lot of Asian, like, you know, Chinese, Japanese, Hong Kong, so on and so forth, and also like some Turkish clients and stuff like that, which is weird. Like, you know, you don't like, it's not a anybody kind of hobby. You know, it's weird. It's hard to explain. Uh, but yeah, it's interesting. You know. That's crazy, John. Jonathan's like, that's something I've actually heard from a few other people. So I hope the ones I get are not that aggressive because I don't like aggressive fish. But it is what it is. Okay, so let's put some of these guys in because I don't want them to die on me. They're all back to life. Back to life. All right. Okay. We're gonna put everybody in the same tank right now. Okay, so these are some gorgeous fish, by the way. So we'll put them all in and then we'll see them. Okay. Some of them did get hurt. Oh my God, this is a big one. Okay, calm the hell down. Okay, seriously. I'm not impressed with that behavior. Not impressed with it. That a girl. That's a pretty girl. So these guys don't get as big as the ones I'm breeding. Oh wow, she's pregnant, and we gotta cure her. She got a nematode infection, so okay, we'll do that. Oh my god, these are pretty fish. Okay, so let's look at these guys. So this is what my cousin breeds. Okay, so all these fish were bred by my cousin. Okie dokies. Oh, there we go. This is one of the big ones. Oh, it stinks in here. It smells like fish. Princess, out of the room. Alright, you guys watch the fish for a second while I get rid of all the water and stuff. What's going on, Scales and Tails? Who did I miss? What did I miss? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. Leave some of these plants, which are nice. Let's not throw away. Okie dokies. Alright. Princess, out of the room. I said out. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the water, so give me a second while I do that. You guys enjoy the fishies. And then I will come and clean the glass and make it look nice. Alright, go on. It's been a stressful morning, guys and girls. It's been one of those mornings. You know what I'm saying? Oh. And Daddy is tired. Okay, let me clean the glass for you guys so you can see the fish clearly. This is like, I just set up the tank, by the way. This tank was not the tank that was here. I'll tell you guys what I was doing the last couple of days, actually, if you're still sticking around. That's good enough for now. Okie dokie. Okay. Whew. It's time to send a picture to our secret chat group. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Are those the tanks, the new tanks? Nice, Steiner. That's super cool, bro. Steiner just sent us this. to our secret members chat group. And he's saying more work done. So he had a tank break. Yes, it's the 190. Oh, nice, 190 liters. So that's 50 gallons. Yeah, it's cool. That's a big tank. Oh, that's cute. 190 liters, so that's 50 gallons, yeah. Or is it 50? Yeah, 50. Yeah, yeah. Hey Sandy, that's cool. How many of those are you getting? There's like, it looks like there's 2, but I think you have space for at least like 5 or 6, right? Oh, those are nice, John. Okay, so I'm not gonna stay on for too long, but I'll let you guys look at the fish real quickly. So let's see what's going on over here. Okay. Okay, so I'm still like, you know. I know, I just saw. They're nice. They're really nice actually. Okay, so you paid what, $8 for these? That's actually a pretty good price. Yeah, so at that size, I'm selling mine for $8 also. I actually sell that size ones for $5 for the short fins, and $8 for the long fins. So you paid around what its going rate is, you know. But you cannot find them at this size for anything less than a couple of $100 each. Okay, that's just what it is, and like, it's just, you know, when this is like a 3-year-old fish, and she's gonna breed with I think this guy. I'm not 100% sure who's partnered up with who. I do know the pearl scale pair is together. That's a pair. So I'm gonna wait till they figure out what's going on in here for a bit and they are more acclimatized. No more deaths and stuff. Nobody died, which is great. So I'm happy about that. That's the first challenge we had to overcome today, which was them dying. So that didn't happen, which is pretty much my main concern this morning when I got them originally. Okay, so nobody's dead. And once they're more accustomed to being here for a few hours, I will start separating the pairs, the bigger pairs, into their own tanks, let them do their own thing. Especially this big pair, the big platinum pairs, you know, so that get them out of here into their own tanks, and then leave the rest in here to pair up and then sort out what to do. But the ones that are paired up, we are gonna leave them as the pairs, like this guy for example. I'll give you guys an idea of size. This is my iPhone. Okay, can you see the size of the fish? That's an iPhone 13 Max or whatever the hell that is. So this is my iPhone. Okay, that's the fish. He's bigger than the iPhone, much bigger actually. Even these guys, look, that's the iPhone, that's the fish. See how big it is? Massive. That's not bad. $6 is a good price. You actually got a really good deal there, like, because pet stores will probably charge you like $15 for one of those. That's pet store price, or $14.99 or $13.99, something like that, for that quality and color. And if you can keep them alive until they get big, you're gonna get some good money for them. And once they breed, you're gonna get great like money. These guys, when they breed, I mean, here I'll show you guys the spawn. Okay, they're not the biggest spawns, so I gotta be honest. See the spawn? It's not the biggest. It's doing good though. It's a big one too. It's the same size as the other one actually. It's quite large. This is like a 1 foot tall tank, and he's taking up most of that tank. See? Sandy had a question. I'll get back to her just now. So Nice, thank you. Yes, right? I mean, Mary, they were on the ground when I got them. They were not moved. They were not up and moving. This is like, I gotta send a video to my cousin. Sandy had a question. What size tank is that? This tank is a 30 gallon tall. It's not a big tank. It is 30 inches wide. So 30 inches, which is 2.5 feet, so 75 centimeters this way, um, 30 centimeters long or deep or whatever that dimension is, and in terms of height it's 2 feet, so it's really tall, not too I guess width and length here is 75 centimeters. So this is not ideal for this amount of fish, not recommended, although the filtration is adequate. There's power heads, air movement and all that. This is enough filtration for this amount of fish, but this is not enough tank size for this amount of fish. Okay, so one thing I want to add here is that this group can stay in this tank right now for 3 months without an issue. Okay, I would not leave them like this, but a group like this can maintain a short period. So if you see this in a pet store, the reason they overcrowd the fish like this is because it reduces aggression. The overcrowding reduces aggression. Also, give me 5 more likes. We want to hit 50, so I need 5 more likes from you guys. If you haven't liked the video, hit that up. That's where I got them, but I know the owner. Nice. Yeah, that's why you got a good deal. But they're not cheap fish by any measure. I think the platinum angels are the rarest in the hobby, followed by the full red. So something like this, or even better, the reds I have breeding. So the red marble or the red koi, like these guys are second most rarest. You know, well, this is not a good example of the fish, but you know, stuff like that. And the third most rarest is the black marble, not the black marble, but the full black, like that, the DD black. So those three are, and then the blue Pinoy types. Also, again, the veil tails are more expensive, considerably more than the short fin. Usually I get twice as much for whale tails from the pet stores as I would for short fin. So if I sell a short fin for $4 to $5, I can get $8 to $10 for a whale tail of the same type, same size. It just seems to be more desirable. People like that. So these are my redheads, or they're called red devils. Again, nice. I bred these myself, and they are breeding. And the zebs are in there. And more zebs in there. And yeah, so that's what's going on. Oh yes, Chance wanted to see the blue rams or German rams. I showed her that to her real quickly. This is a pair I have for sale. I don't have space for them. Thank you so much for everybody that hit the like button. Okay, so these are German rams. These pairs are $40 each per pair. There's mated pairs. I can show you a mated pair that I have separated out to sell. This pair right here. So I usually sell this size for $50, but you know, if you actually no, these are like the smaller ones. So these are all like various fish that I've had for more than 5 months. That's the pair right there, mated pair. So proven pairs I have from 40 to 50 bucks. 40 bucks for the 7 to 8 month pairs, and 50 bucks for 9 to 10 months. The only difference is the $50 pairs are larger. So the male will be about that big. The female will be a little bit smaller than that. And the $50 pairs, the reason they're $50 is because they lay a lot more eggs. The $40 pairs, same thing, you just lay a little bit less eggs, and in a month or two they will get to that size. So depending on what you want, and your budget, I have those, and I might have a couple of smaller pairs in the tank that I can sell for like 30 bucks a pair. I don't have the $20 pairs right now because I've sold out. Most of the fish I had for that size are already sold, and they're grown now to a larger size. So if you want the $20 pairs, I will have those in about a month or in a few weeks when I pick up fish from Michael. I just don't have space to pick up more fish, and he has fish ready. I just haven't gotten around to it. So okay, I have a buyer. Somebody has some zebra plecos, so 700. That's not bad actually. Yeah. Sell me entire discus clutch for a good deal. I'm thinking I'm buying some baby discus. That's not a bad idea, George. I would say get them once they're about 4 weeks. Cause trying to feed them. Okay, look, that's a $50 pair. There's a pair in here. I can show you a female. That's the female. See how big she is? She's massive. This girl. So that's what you get for 50 bucks. The bigger ones. Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna sign off, and I gotta go finish eating my breakfast, and which is now lunch, and you know, have a few things to take care of. But I will try my best to live stream tonight, and I know, bro. I'm telling you, like, I grow fish large. Okay, that's my thing. I like big fish. I like little fish that grow big. I try to find you one. Here, I'll show you. I'll find you a female that I have. You know what? I'll show you this fish. This fish is redonkulous, okay? There's a female in here. I thought it was a male. It was huge. It was massive. Oh my God, where is she? I'll try to find her for you. Okay, you know what? There she is. Okay. See that fish beside the... That's a female. She's sleeping right now. But that's one of my females. She's bigger than a male. See how big she is? It's massive. She even has some male coloring, so I thought she was a male. Okay? She's 7 months. And she was like this big. I shit you not. Massive. So I like big fish, you know. I like little fish, I guess, like species wise. I like smaller species of fish, but I like fish that get big out of the species, you know what I mean? So that's my thing, and, you know, cool. Anyways, thank you so much, George. I'll see you guys later, okay? I'll try my best to live stream tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna wake up in time. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm tired. But if things work out, and I have a few other appointments to take care of this afternoon too. So if everything works out, I will live stream tonight. If not, Sunday. Thank you so much for sticking around, and thank you, Steiner, for the super chat. And Mary Page, again, thank you so much for the super chat and for becoming a channel member. Everybody that is members, thank you so much. I love you all for doing that. It does help out quite a bit, especially in terms of fish food and stuff. We are getting a new place potentially in 2 months. I don't want to spill the beans too much before it happens, but if it does happen, it will be a large facility. It will be a whole house to keep fish. So stay tuned for that. Your support, everything you guys are doing, helping me through like super chats or being members and all that, it's all going towards this new project, so keep that also in mind. And there is something you can get in return, which is direct access and one-on-one mentorship and support for all channel members, either through the group or for higher paying members through one-on-one directly, you know. So we have all that available, and we'll make it happen. And thank you so much. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you, Christian. And thank you, Saber Playco fans. And yes, thank you, every single one of you. I love you all so much. And I don't know how else to say it, you know. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you soon, okay? Mwah. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm gonna sign up.
New digs, yeah, new digs, new digs. Yep. I'm not rich to buy a house, but we're looking at renting a house, you know, potentially. So see how it goes. Definitely more plecos. Definitely more plecos. And 236 definitely also. And mostly, honestly, I'll tell you guys the truth. I just need to have more tanks to breed more angelfish. I love angelfish. I want to have a whole room just for angelfish and also another room just for discus. So those two are my goal, and then maybe a pleco room, 236 and L46 room. You know, that's basically my goals. But might have some corridoras because we already have them. So we'll see how it goes, you know? Love you guys. Mwah. Okay, see you soon. And yes, thank you to all the mods and thank you everybody. God bless you. Like this video if you haven't. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.